We good?
Yeah.
All right. How many of y'all have ever had a pet fish? How many of you currently have one? How many people have had their fish meet untimely ends?
The next day.
Let's see if I can help fix that today. I'm a bit of an amateur aquarist. I've had about 4 or 5 years of experience, and I've gotten a lot of experience from just what I've done personally and people I've just searched online, some research I've done. And today I will be showing how to care for fish, and hopefully they will not go belly up. And not only that, I'm going to show how some benefits of keeping fish and some and their popularity as well. Owning fish can be very beneficial. According to Dr. Alan Schwartz, a certified psychoanalyst, owning and caring for an aquarium offers the chance to bring the calming effects of nature right into the home. How many of y'all have ever sat by a river or a lake and watched the river or the lake, and it's calming, the trees all around? Bringing an aquarium into your home offers a piece of that. Watching fish swim by the plants and the rocks and the backdrop and whatever other ornaments you have set up in there. You hear the water trickling out of the filter. It is very soothing. He also goes on to say that, among that stuff, it can help reduce stress and anxiety. In addition, now that we know about some of the benefits, according to the 2015 APPA, American Pet Products Association, over 13 million households in the U.S. own at least one fish, but in the U.S. there are over 1 million fish that are owned. So that average is about per, I think, 1,000 people or something like that. It's a lot of people own fish, and it's not like, wow, cats and dogs here. Smartboard. While they may be the most popular pets, by numbers, fish are the most common. Saltwater and freshwater fish together. And over 1 billion pet fish in the U.S. alone. That's a lot of fish!
Yeah.
And that also averages about, I think, 70 fish per person. Some people have a lot, some people don't have quite as much. Now that we have seen some of the benefits and some of the popularity of fish, let's take a look at how to care for them. Here's some things not to do. That will appeal to West Virginia folk. Overcrowding the tank. I know a lot of people like to see, oh, this fish is pretty, this fish is cute, I want all of the fish. Don't put 50 fish in the 20-gallon tank. It's not going to end well. A couple years ago, I had I think it was 22 goldfish. It didn't end well in a 20-gallon tank because I was keeping them over winter. I have a pond as well. I was overwintering them in my tank. It did not end well for about 18 of them. That's overfeeding your fish. That can happen. But in addition, if you overfeed your fish won't eat until they die. Any extra food will sit on the bottom, and it will rot and put bad chemicals and just stuff that you do not want into the water itself, which will pollute the water and could potentially poison after a long period of time. Knowing too little about your fish. So each fish has different requirements. Some prefer to be alone, others in schools. Some fish get big and carnivorous. Other fish stay small. The key is to try to figure out the needs of the fish that you have. Being unprepared. Preparation is key in this hobby. If you do not have everything that you need when you need it, it can go bad quickly. Extra filters, a backup, something like just a backup plan. Being prepared is key for this hobby. Being impatient. One of the biggest things I see when keeping fish is that people give up too early and people get impatient. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 years now. There are people who have been doing this for 20, 30 years, and they still lose fish. They still have bad times. The key is to learn from your mistakes and then keep going. And then here's one of the biggest ones, releasing unwanted fish into the environment. That's where this guy came from. Believe it or not, that's a goldfish.
Is that real?
That's a goldfish somebody caught, I believe, it's probably a river up north. Goldfish are carp, native to China. They were bred for their color, but carp easily grow many feet. They grow very large, and that's an example of that. And there are many problems. For example, there's Pleikostomus, the little algae sucker fish that you usually see on the walls of an aquarium, like glass aquariums. They infest the waters in southern parts of America, and they are armored and they can't be hurt, and they have no natural predators, so they outcontest everything in that area. There are piranhas out west, believe it or not. There are piranhas, like say closer to California, that infest some of those waters. And so there are places out west in certain states that actually ban you owning piranhas because of that. Conditions for fish can vary. For example, some fish need warmer water temperatures. Goldfish like it cool. Goldfish are the one type of fish that you can almost drop into a tank, turn on the filter, feed every now and then, and you hardly have to touch anything. Not to that extent, but all of these fish here prefer warmer water. But some fish also require salt water, while others need fresh water. These tropical fish for fresh water, these bottom two are salt water. And other fish require special needs. For example, this here is a common Oscar. They grow 14 inches. And they also are about 6 inches deep. And then oh my gosh, I lost my track of thought. Lionfish, they are poisonous. They have poisonous barbs on all of their fins, which can be very lethal, and if not taken in the right circumstances, can be very hazardous to your inhabitants. What you should do when getting started: research the different types of fish that you want. Depending on how you want your tank, find the fish that best suits your needs. Prepare the necessities. Get your tank and all of your equipment set up before you need it. That way, oh my gosh. Get everything set up before you put your fish in. Most important thing, cycle your tank. When you cycle your tank, that builds up natural bacteria in the tank itself that converts fish waste into less harmful nitrates, which you can then remove later on. Make yourself a schedule. Basically, daily feeding, daily cleaning, or every other day cleaning, something like that. That way, you can keep up a routine, know how to remember how to keep up with your fish, and therefore keep your fish healthy. And then enjoy your fish. None of this would be worth it if you couldn't enjoy them. In summary, while many people do have fish, it is a large responsibility. And there are many mistakes that newcomers and experienced people can make. But when everything comes together, when you have all your supplies ready, when you have everything is in working condition, you have truly a spectacle to behold.
All right.
And I know that went way too long. I know that went way too long.